Hello and welcome. If you're yet to hit that 5k distance without needing to stop, then stick around and I'm going to give you the easiest way to do this. Sure, there might be other plans out there which go into more detail and more depth in certain topics, but I don't want to overwhelm you with all that information, so I've kept this as easy as possible. So without delay, let's get into it. First off, before you even start your run, make sure to stretch. This will help reduce any injuries and also keep you loose throughout the run. I've got a short video on essential stretching that you should do. I'll show you that at the end of the video and I'll put a link in the description as well. Secondly, warm up. Very straightforward. Once you've stretched, get outside. I usually just like to do a short walk, so do 5-10 minutes walking, get your body loose, get you warmed up, and then you're ready to go. Thirdly, now we're into it, the run. So what do? You run. So if you have been running before, do you know when you get to that stage where you physically cannot go in anymore, you're like 100% capacity, you have to stop and walk. Don't get to that stage is the main tip here. If we call that point 100%, instead you should stop at 80%. So you can sense that you're going to have to start slowing down or stop soon, but stop at this point instead. It doesn't matter how long it is, whether it's 1 minute or 20 minutes, whatever suits you, stop there. But don't actually stop. Slow down to a walk instead. Just keep that body moving. Take 1 to 2 minutes walking, and what you want to do then is take your hands behind your head, open your chest out, and take some deep, slow breaths. Having your hands in this position will help open up your lungs and it'll help increase the oxygen intake for your body. So continue walking there for 1 to 2 minutes, ideally closer to 1. Unless you're really tired, then extend it a little bit, but aim for 1 on the first stop at least. And then once you've done that for a minute, go again. Essentially what we're going to do here is keep repeating those previous 2 steps. So run until you're about 80% exhausted and then slow to that stop, which is actually a walk. Hands behind your head, deep breaths for a minute. As you go throughout this, you might want to increase that up to 2 minutes, but try and do 1 to start with and then go again. If this is your very first run or you've only done 1 or 2 so far, this could be difficult to maintain, but it's really good training anyway. But ideally you want the whole running segments combined to add up to around about 30 minutes. So the average time to run a 5k for a new runner is somewhere around about 30 to 40 minutes. So if you can keep all of these running segments combined to a total of about 30 minutes at a minimum, then this is a really good start to get you on track to completing that 5k with 0 stops. After you've done this total of 30 minutes running, you've got 2 options. So the first is if you're feeling strong, you're still feeling somewhat fresh, then continue this, do another couple of run walks sections, but don't push yourself too hard. You don't want to get too exhausted here. But if you are feeling very tired at this point, then like we did to start with when we warmed up and did that 5 to 10 minute walk, do a 5 to 10 minute cool down instead. So if you're 10 minutes from home, just walk the rest of the way home. Once you get home, do some stretching again, make sure to eat a good meal to help yourself recover, and then the next day, don't go out again. You can do other things like walking or swimming, but don't go running again because it will exhaust your body. You want to aim to do this 2 to 3 times a week. It depends on your ability. If it's your first ever run, you might want to stick with twice a week to start with. As you start doing it a bit more, increase that to 3 times a week. But never run 2 days in a row because it's going to increase your chance of injury. So the next time you go out, do the exact same thing. So stretch, warm up, run, walk, run, walk, run, walk, run, walk. For 30 minutes, and then walk, stretch, eat, rest. As you go through these sessions, what you'll find is the time it takes you to reach that 80% that we talked about earlier on will increase. So on your first run, this could have taken 5 minutes to hit this 80% marker. But on your next run, it could go up to 6 minutes, 7 minutes. Again, depending on your level of fitness, it might increase a small amount, it might increase a huge amount. But if you stick at this, that 80% marker will eventually become that 5k marker. So as I promised earlier, this is the link to the stretching video I was talking about. It is very basic, it's the essential that you need to do. There's a lot more that you can do, but I recommend doing this as an absolute minimum. I would love to hear how you guys are getting on, so please drop me a message in the comments below, let me know how you're doing. It'd be great to hear as well that time it takes you to reach 80% marker on your first run versus, 2-3 runs in where you are now. I'd love to hear the progress from you guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.